A few videos ago, I mentioned how I went back to using Pop! OS, and I mentioned then, I think, how I liked their implementation of the GNOME desktop called Cosmic. I mentioned that time, I think, that System 76, the folks who make Pop! OS, were working on a rewrite of the Cosmic desktop in Rust. So the Cosmic desktop is based on GNOME 3, with some additional features, plugins, that kind of thing. It takes GNOME, which I like, but I don't like the base version of GNOME. There seems to be stuff missing in it for some reason. I don't know what the design philosophy is in it, but anyway, Cosmic seems to have been able to take the base version and add just enough to it to make it interesting and more useful. The Rust version of Cosmic, which is what they're working on now, is a rewrite of the Cosmic desktop not based upon GNOME. The Cinnamon desktop that Linux Mint uses is based on GNOME 3 with changes made to it. And the Mate desktop is, I believe, a fork of GNOME 2. So Cosmic is not a fork. It's going to be a rewrite from the ground up, so to speak. It looks like progress is coming along. There was a recent video from Tech Hut, which he had actually loaded up the new desktop and was looking at it, and it looked pretty good. So some of the differences between GNOME and the new Cosmic desktop is going to be Cosmic's written entirely in Rust instead of C and C++. Supposedly it will have better support for things like HDR, high DPI, and fractional scaling. It should work better with NVIDIA GPUs. It's going to use the ICE cross-platform application toolkit and libcosmic widget library instead of GTK2. As far as the development stuff is going, it seems to be going pretty well. There are community-developed applets and extensions like Tasks, Fan Control, Places menu. These are already available. There's other stuff being worked on. And perhaps most interestingly, Cosmic should be available in the 24.04 release later this year. It should also be available in Fedora, NixOS, and also Asahi Linux, which is the version of Linux that's being written to be able to be used on Macs with the Apple Silicon. Usually, Linux will run on older Macs with the Intel chipset and run quite well too. Asahi Linux, as I understand it, is already running fairly well on the new Apple Silicon, so the newer Macs can run it. So that's going to be pretty exciting too. Yeah, overall, I'm really looking forward to this. I've got some links below if you want to check them out and see what's forthcoming. Thanks again for watching, and I appreciate those who comment and subscribe. Take care.